Hello, everybody. Welcome to a special Saturday afternoon session where I'm coming back on to complete out the readings, the free readings, which I did not get to any this morning. I just been blessed the last couple weeks where I haven't been able to get to the free readings because I've been getting so many donations, which helps me do and continue to do what I do, all the free things that I'm able to offer. And I know not everyone is able to give donations, so that's why I like to come back on and serve my community and bring messages through from Spirit. And I so appreciate all of you. Thank you for all the thumbs up, too. That does help spread the Zen love. You're part of the Love Tsunami. It's something you can do for free to help support my channel. I really appreciate those of you that do that. There is no chat in this session because I'm not taking any new reading requests for this session. I'm just making up for the morning session. I will be back in just under 3 hours for my evening session. And then also I'll be back tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Mountain Time if you'd like to join me then to get a free reading. After I'm done, I will post a comment that will list the order which the readings were completed so you can find your reading more easily. All right. So let's get into it. And we left off here. Well, we didn't leave off. We needed to start with the free readings with a new three. So you were up first here and you wanted anything that you needed to know. So let's take a look. Let's give these a shuffle. I'm going to continue to use the Naked Heart Tarot. Beautiful deck. And if you're the box kind of looks like this too, but if you're looking at it here, and it's by Jillian Wild. If you are interested in picking that up, well, that's not very clear, is it? Jillian Wild, Wilde. If you're interested in picking those up for yourself. All right, so let's get into it. A new three. What does Spirit wants you to know right now? What? Oh, right. Here we go. And all right. So you've got the Ace of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune coming in here. And, this is about, the Ace of Swords is releasing some expectations, releasing some fears, and seeing things from a different perspective. You're gaining some clarity around some decisions that you are needing to make in your life. And I feel like there's a couple decisions that need to be made that are like they can't be put off. There's things that have to be decisions that have to be made here coming up, like within the next by the end of April. And then there's others that they don't have to be made right away, but they are telling you here, with all of this, energy, especially with this energy of, endings and beginnings, the 10 and the 1 with these. There's this movement, this change that's coming here. And with the Wheel of Fortune, it always tells us everything unfolds on purpose for us, even though sometimes our human might be like, how is that for me? It's the tune of for you, the fortune. And so there is this, I know I'm going to say that your human is on board with, oh yeah, I see these changes, I see the decision making and the results of the decisions that you make. They're very on board with. So, there's no wrong choice, just different choices with different experiences. But I feel like you're getting the clarity that you want, and that your human feels good about them. If you're unsure of what decisions to make, it means you don't have enough information yet. And with that Ace of Swords, there's also it's like this invitation from Spirit to say, if you need any clarity, ask of us. We're the all-seeing, all-knowing ones. So we're above the maze, seeing the bird's eye view of everything, so they can give us the instruction, give us the direction, give us the information that makes decisions more like a no-brainer than like a difficult one. So, be sure to ask of your own free will. Just, hey, I would like some clarity around this, because they won't meddle with us. It's like a little kid doing their homework. They're all, let me do it. Don't give me the answers yet. I want to figure it out. They're struggling. And they're like, well, you want me to give you a hint? No, I want to do it myself. And they honor that until we're like, okay, can I have a hint? And then they are happy to help us with that. So that's what's coming in for you, Anusri. So Um, hopefully that's helpful for you right now. Many blessings to you. And then angel blessings, you're up. You want to know Pisces thoughts towards you. So let's take a look here. Of course, people's thoughts up here, it's a dangerous place to go because we have no idea what version of us they have up here and based on their own perceptions, their own upbringing and all that. So what they see us as is through the filter of themselves. So everyone sees us differently, right? So just keep that in mind as we look at these things here for you. All right, let me just put these the right way. So, there is this Heart of Pentacles, and this Heart of Pentacles is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. So there is this, they see you as this nurturing person, sensual, a lot like the Empress, and so they do see you as someone that's comforting, someone that makes them have these feelings of safety and wholeness in the physical world. But they are in the hanged man position, here with this major arcana, which means they are going through a major transformation themselves. And so I feel like they don't know what the future holds for them because it's like a caterpillar when they're in the cocoon and they're dissolving. They're like, this is so new to me. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what I'm coming out the other end of this is because I've always been a caterpillar. Now I'm turning into a butterfly. And, as I break out of the cocoon, I have these huge wings and they dry off and they're like, "Ooh, leaves. I'm not hungry for that anymore. I want nectar." They have different desires and they know that they're going to feel differently on the other end of this transformation. And so I don't feel like they're even though they see you as nurturing and there is this emotion that's bubbling below the surface too. I don't feel like they're feel ready to act on anything because they're unsure of what they're gonna want when they get onto the other side of whatever this transformation is that they're going through. So, it's there's emotion there, and they like that solidity, but, there's also, like, this delay that's happening in this kind of like, purgatory, where they're in this place between worlds, and they don't know what they want, and they haven't made decisions yet. So, their thoughts towards you, lean that way. So hopefully that brings a little clarity and you can understand why they're like you feel like they're off on another planet because they are. They're in between worlds. They're standing on the moon going, do I go back to Earth or do I go on to Mars? I don't know. So they got a lot of decision making to going on here for their future too. So all right. Hopefully that helps a little bit. Angel blessings. Many blessings to you. And smooth life, you want to know Leo's feelings towards you. So, as we're talking about other people's emotions and thoughts about us, have little to do with us and more about to do what's going on inside of them. And the feelings that they have going on here, I not surprised that with a Leo fire energy that they've got this turmoil going on in here. The 5 of wands is conflicting energy like they're in this firestorm. And they have a lot of their with the heart of swords, that's the queen of swords. They've got, this balancing going on between the head and the heart when it comes to that. And so there is this conflict there heart wants one thing, their passions want one thing, and their mind is like, "No, no, no, we can't do that." And they're trying to see things from a different perspective. They're trying to step out of their fears, but I feel like they're really caught up into some old belief patterns around heartbreak and disappointment, betrayal, being left behind, that type of thing where they're kind of mistrusting of relationship of individuals in their mind. Their heart is like a little puppy dog. It wants you, it wants you, it wants you. But they're like, no, no, no. The brain has their heart on a leash because the last time it let him like run rampant, the heart was going around humping people's legs or whatever. You're like, no, no, I'm keeping this doggy on the leash. And that's what's going on right now, with Leo's feelings is they have them, they have passion, but they also are holding back because of these fears that they are trying to look at, but it just feels like they got a little ways to work on that yet. So hopefully that helps a little bit there, Smooth Life. Many blessings to you. And then Pinky, you want April month for you. Let's take a look and see. What does Spirit want you to know about the month of April? All right. Well, it just feels like a very transformational month. You kind of feel like you started off April here with, the 7 of Cups, which is a lot of emotional confusion, maybe some drama going on around you, a lot of sparking of different, emotions and interests, and different things coming in here, and I feel as it progresses, like, I think, like, the first week, which we're almost at the end of the first week, that there's a lot of that there, but then you start to whittle away these cups where eventually you get rid of 4 cups. I'm sorry, 3 cups. I know no, 4 cups. I know how to subtract. You get rid of 4 cups, which brings you down to 3 cups. 3 cups is joy, celebration, knowing your tribe and, this, just very bubbly type of energies. So I feel like you whittle down here over the months. This first week is just like, wow, I just feel like, woo, with eclipse energy coming in, but next Monday, we got a solar eclipse in Aries, and it's a great new start, new moon energy. Be sure to check out my playlist for, um, the new moon wishes for Aries with that solar eclipse, because you can use this for starting, a new newness and get ready to launch some things because this Three of Cups does feel like you're getting down and to those things that bring you joy, to those things that you just feel at peace with instead of confused. So there's a lot of emotional clarity, which brings a lot of clarity around your actions for this month too coming in. So I like that for you. So it's a good month. I feel like it may have the first week so far made it feel like you're in a emotional storm, but the clouds part on Monday. So hang in there. All right. So many blessings to you, Pinky. And then Day Sturgis, you want to know, how do people see you? Well, everyone sees you differently. There's this great Facebook post that I read last week and yesterday too, which is everyone we meet, everyone we're in a relationship with, people that just lock eyes on the street. There are 1,000 different versions out there of what people think about you. And none of them match up to the one that you think. You think everyone thinks of you the same way as you think about yourself, but you don't even know yourself. Truly, we just are used to our conditioning. Our higher self, our true self, that's our true self. This is an image, an illusion, and everyone else has an illusion of who they think we are too. So when we're asking that, how do people see me? Just realize, depends on the person and it depends on the moment too. They could be hungover and hate you and then eat a nice greasy burrito and then feel great or feel better and they think you're awesome again. It's so fickle looking at how people feel about us. What we learn the most from is when we look, what do we see in other people? Because they're a mirror for us. And what I think I see out there is really about so much that's going on in here. And I can look at that and realize that. And then I can go, okay, what do I want to learn about myself? That's what I'm seeing in the world, right? Let's take a look here and see what people in general consensus, the most people see you here as, the hanged man is someone in beautiful transformation, it's the cocoon to the butterfly type of analogy. And it's loading, and you're changing, you're transforming. And you're moving from this 5 of pentacles, which is these, energies of lack, of feeling left behind, left out in the cold. And I feel like they see you as, and of course it depends on when they met you, but I feel like you have changed so much in like the last, I'd say 5 years has been the hugest change, um, in this last year, even more so. But I feel like people that have known you before 5 years ago are like, "Wow, you've changed so much," because they see you changing from someone maybe who was timid and low and feeling limited and small and would shrink yourself to someone that's really confident in who you are, definitely in comparison to where you were before. And I feel like from year to year, you take it up another notch, another notch, another notch. But this last year, it's like you took it up 3 steps instead of just 1. And I feel like that's what they're seeing here is they're seeing that you've changed in a positive ways, the confidence, the believing in yourself. For some, they don't like it because you learn to put up boundaries. I know, right? And that, it's these type of people who could manipulate you and get you to do stuff for them and do what they wanted to do, but you started to voice what you wanted to do and what you would like to accomplish, and they were like, "Well, wait a minute, that's taken away from me." They didn't like it. It's like, "Too bad. You totally deserve it." So I like this, I feel like those that feel that way, hey, if you wanna step out, you can, because 'cause you're not doing me any favors by being in my life. You've been, someone who I allowed, I connected. They said, "Hey, connect your you know, what do they call it? Not it's like agriculture, where the water irrigation of sunshine." It was like you open up your irrigation dam to our lands, and all your water was going to water their plants and crop, and yours were hardly getting anything and withering, and you're like, "Wait a minute, I need this for me." And they're like, "No, we need it, so those people, you're like, "I'm fine without," and then the other people are like, "Wow, look how much you've grown and expanded," and they love it. So that's what they want you to know right now. So many blessings to you, Day Sturgis, and hopefully that resonates for you. And then soul searching vibe. You want to know how does the Aquarius perceive you? Oh, those Aquarians. Aquarius. How does this Aquarius perceive you? All right. Wow. Well, they do see you as a very loving, emotional individual. And, Aquarians, air signs, water bears, though, and they can contain emotions. And people who express a lot of emotion to some Aquarians, it depends on all of your chart, of course, they can look at people like they like organization. They like having you know, it's like here, they like having all of the emotions contained in their place. And when people let their emotions just bleh all over the place, they're like, "Oh my god." this is They have this idea of this is not the way it's supposed to be. And so, on one hand, they don't feel like totally that way. They just are like, kind of taken aback by how much emotion you share. And it's not a bad thing for Aquarians to go, "Oh, you know, emotion can be outside of the containers too. Who knew?" So it's a good revelation for them, and they do perceive you here too with the Eight of Cups that you're in the process of leaving behind emotion that no longer serves you, as well as relationships that no longer serve you. And so there is this period where you're following your heart, you're allowing your heart to feel and to express itself and to choose. And you're also, I feel like they perceive you as you're in a process of evaluating where all your emotional energy is being spent. And you're taking old stuff that's below the surface, transforming it so you get all this charged emotional energy back instead of having it bubbling below the surface. And then there's also friendships, family, whatever that you're just backing away from, and you're retaining all of this extreme amount of emotional energy that you're investing in people, and they see that you're gathering all this back. A little bit of them is like, I wonder if I'm on the chopping block. Are they going to let me go too? And maybe I need to step it up. And they're trying to decide whether they want to take that step to make that connection stronger so that the relationship is maintained. But I feel like there's also these concerns that you're doing it for someone else, that you're interested in someone else. They've got these insecurities and these I don't know, it's insecurities, these fears, and this goes back to when they were younger too, but I feel like they see you as someone huge-hearted with great amount of love energy, and they can relate to that. They like that ability you have, but, but there's also some concerns that bubble up from it, if that makes sense. So that's what they have for you, soul searching vibe for now. So many blessings to you. Then crystals, day, whatever comes out. Let's take a look here and see what does spirit want you to know right now. All right. So you've got the Justice card and the Innocence of Wands, which is the Page of Wands. There's this new spark of energy that's headed your way, and I just feel like this combination of these two together is like a upgrade that's coming. You know, the Justice card is the balancing between the capital T higher truths and helping us transform and let go of some small t truths that no longer serve. But I feel like this is more of a connection where they're allowing they're pocketing you away. If you've been feeling like you're being pocketed in a little in sort of a way, it's because they're giving you this upgrade that's coming in for your spiritual abilities, and it's like taking them to another notch, but it's sparking this energy within you when it's happening. And so if you feel kind of like, whoa, what's happening with all this energy? What's is something going on with the planets? Am I getting sick? What's happening? Just know that this, vibration feeling that you're getting is because you're getting downloaded some great energy from the higher realms to help you on your path, to help activate some new gifts that are within you as well. Gifts like empathic abilities and even getting into the Akashic records easily in your lower vibration, not your lower vibration, but your subconscious area, I feel are two areas that are going to make themselves known to you. All right, so that's what they have for you right now. Crystal's Day, so many blessings. And then Goldie, you want a message from Spirit. Your spirit guides here. Not that one, that one. All right. All right. So you have here the Sun card and the Movement of Cups, which is the Knight of Cups in this deck. And, there is this movement of love energy, of self-love energy that comes in with all of this here. The Sun card is Leo energy, which is like the child self. And so there is that below the surface here where, it's bubbling up. It's You're getting into this area of self-love and transformation. And that's where this Knight of Cups is coming in, this quest for seeing things from a higher perspective, seeing things from this higher place. And, there is this it's a combination of it feels like an eclipse, and it's interesting because they're showing this beautiful light shine on this area of our life, bringing joy, bringing warmth, bringing like, wow. But then there's also a shadow that goes across the sun, which is like the moon when it's the shadow, and it creates a shadow. And it's showing you, though, this area of where you feel like you don't love yourself, right? There's a little piece down underneath there that's been avoiding you, hiding, playing hide and seek. But now it's time with that light shining bright in there. There's no place for it to hide. And so it's being brought up for you, and like, oh, here comes the shadow. And there it is. It's very obvious. Everything else is bright. Here's this shadow, and it pinpoints exactly what it is, the thing that you're ready to transform and to move through, releasing that energy, that charged emotional energy, and transforming that experience from something of fear, something of higher vibration, knowledge and wisdom of the higher realms through what you learn through it. So that's what's coming through, Goldie. Hopefully that resonates there for you, and many blessings to you. And then Cutie, messages from your future spouse. All right, let's take a look here. What does your future spouse want you to know right here, right now? Let's take a look. All right. Yeah, I do feel like here, in one way, they're saying there's no wrong choice, no wrong emotional choice, just different experiences that bring different results. But they're like, kind of in a nice way saying, "Aren't you tired of experiencing those old lower vibrational emotions, the ones that you're experiencing now, and but those that are buried, that are bubbling below the surface, that are still leaking stuff towards the surface. And they're like, "Are you ready? Are you ready?" Because the Sky Father, the Emperor energy, allows you to take control of your life and realizing that all this stuff, the supposed tos, the shoulds, the need tos, the have tos, the musts, that gave you this Five of Cups, spilt cups, lower vibrational experiences because you were taught when that happens, that's how you have to feel. But you're realizing that I don't have to feel that way. I can feel a higher way and I get to choose my emotions. And I like this transformation and this stepping up, going, I get to decide. I'm the emperor of my empire. No one tells me how I'm supposed to think, I'm supposed to feel, the energy I'm supposed to invest, the physical actions I'm supposed to take. I get to decide. And I feel like there's this important time right now. And this is what your future spouse is, you know, bringing, telling you from the future is that this will help us meet earlier and it allows things to go so much more smoothly if we look at that now, if you make these choices now, if you raise your love vibration, question your thoughts and beliefs that are lower vibrational, rooted in fear, that no longer serve, the emotions that don't serve anymore. There's this beautiful transformative ability and potential if you will invest in that and look at that, and it helps. As we raise our love vibration, we're drawn into our loves of our life faster, where lower vibrations like an anchor and it just slows us down. So that's the little tidbit they have for the future for you there, cutie. So many blessings to you. And then day baby 777, you wanted a general reading. So let's see, what do they have here for you? Yeah. So you got the Naked Heart and the Heart of Cups, which is the Queen of Cups. That's a lot of emotion right there. The Naked Heart, of course, being the natural you, the pure you, and the Heart of Cups is like the hidden pieces too, because they can dive deep and go into those emotions that are pushed way down, that you had shared before, and some people didn't really, and this is more earlier in your life growing up, weren't so appreciative of who you were sharing. And so you stuck some stuff down below the surface, but this is about it surfacing. It's about it coming to the up above. And you've got the Six of Wands here too, which is victory, celebration, and smooth movement can be also equal attraction to someone too. You know, that you're two people that are attracted energetically and physically with each other too, with all this emotion going on here. And I just feel like, um, with this energy that's coming, in with all of this. And I think I skipped someone. Sorry. I'll come back to that. I just looked and I'm like, um, I just feel like this is this message of emotion, this message of letting your heart flow, getting deep into the heart and allowing the true you to come to the surface. Because when you do that, that's when you do attract and draw this individual in. It's almost just kind of this message to, I don't say kind of, it is this message of, if you live your passion and do what you love and let your heart go forward, that it draws in, and that's where you meet this individual, is doing something that you love, and then you have this mutual interest in doing the same thing, as well. So I like that for you. Yeah, so that's what they have for you right now, die baby. So many blessings to you. And then I do apologize, Linksley, if you were keeping track earlier in the chat from the earlier session. I jumped over you, but I'm bringing you back up now. Potential relationship coming to you. So let's take a look here, Linksley, and see what Spirit has here for you. What do they want you to know about potential relationship? All right. Not quite yet. You got the Hermit card, which is spirit drawing you back to spend time with them, to transform some things and to kind of become grounded in it. And you have the Spirit of Wands, which is the King of Wands, which is, this represents like your higher self. You've got the star card, which represents your higher self. This card, it's the king of the spiritual energy. And, so there is this um, great amount of energy of a higher self and connecting higher, filling yourself up with this love, unconditional love, and really deciding too. It's like a lot like emperor energy, where you're deciding what is of all this stuff in my head about relationship, about love that holds me back, that I got, oh, it has to be this, it has to be this way, it has to be them, this way it's supposed to, it should, it needs to, it has to, it must. All that is a fear based, and those are the things that can kind of be questioned and moved out of the way, and to discover what it is you prefer, but what do you want, and what is your heart saying, it getting out of your head and allowing you to go forward here. So I feel like that is, this hermit journey and this connecting higher and getting clarity around it and getting out of your head about what you've been told all your life, and really like for the first time go, what do I want? And just sit with that. And I like that for you. And that's the beginning of things unfolding there. All right. So that's what they have for you, Linksley. And then it's me, Anjali. You are up next. So anything about your forever person. Let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know about your forever person? And I apologize. I just need to make a quick note here, because when I post those, I know I'm going to miss that, and you're going to be Linksley's going to be looking for theirs, and it's going to be out of order. So let me just make a quick note here. To avoid confusion, Spirit, tell me. All right. So it's me, Anjali, your forever person that's coming up here. Wow. I don't know if we've talked about them before, but I just feel like this is someone in education with the Eight of Pentacles and the Six of Swords. Six of Swords is leaving old ways behind, thinking of new ways, movement, movement of knowledge. Eight of Pentacles is the studying, is the outside world and things unfolding. So I feel like with these two cards that it is someone that is highly educated, very intelligent, always wanting to learn, always wanting to grow. And I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't feel drawn into a teaching or training position where they help people learn and grow, even psychology, because they help people learn about themselves. Any kind of position where they have that role, where they help people understand more about themselves, emotionally, mentally, even physically, because it could be someone, kind of, I don't want to say like a surgeon in that, but it's someone that does definitely would be someone that deals one on one with people, um, maybe a general practitioner or someone, a lot of times the specialists, you spend very little time with them, but you're a general practitioner. And I feel like the general practitioner kind of, because they want to do family medicine, that would be them type of energy. But that's what's coming in there, a little bit of tidbit for them. All right. So that's what they have for you. It's me, Anjali. And then Starfall. You want to know information about the guy that you might be in a um, love committed relationship with. All right. The guy, not you might be, that you're in a committed relationship with. Okay. Let's take a look here and see. So what information do you want to know? Okie dokie, okie dokie, okie dokie. Well, you are entering this place here. You've got the Eight of Pentacles and the Universe card. This is endings and new beginnings with the Universe card. And the Eight of Pentacles is about putting in the blood, the sweat, the tears, and you're ready to go to a new level, like a caterpillar in a cocoon becoming a butterfly. And the universe and this two together means that whoever did not go into the cocoon, they're staying a caterpillar and the other person's becoming a butterfly. And butterflies and caterpillars don't mix after they've gone through that transformation because the butterfly needs to go do butterfly things. It needs to go flutter. It needs to go on these long, sometimes they'll migrate 1,000 miles, and they prefer nectar instead of leaves. Like caterpillars eat leaves, but butterflies want nectar. So you're coming to a point in your relationship that things can't stay the way they are. They either need to go up or they need to go out with that coming in here. We got movement of emotion, we've got passion here. So we've got a lot of stuff happening here between the two of you, but it does feel like, two major, well, one major arcana. You did get two major arcana with the magician too, but there's this switcheroo, this escalation, this evolution that I feel like you've gone through. And if they haven't, then it's either they need to kind of snap into it and enter into it, or it's time for it to part and go ways because it's no longer serving you. And butterflies do not carry caterpillars. So, um, and butterflies don't walk along next to caterpillars because caterpillars can't fly out of guilt. It's like, you know what? It's not fitting anymore, and it's time for it to, go its different ways, unless they are stepping into becoming. I'm going into my cocoon right now, and I'm going to come out a butterfly. You're like, all right, you can determine if it's worth waiting for or not, right? All right, so that's what they have for you, Starfall. Hopefully that's helpful. And then Grace 1111, you are up. So general reading for you. What the spirit wants you to know. All right. Spirit is with you. That's what they want you to know. You have the Three of Cups, which is one of the cards that represents like the spiritual posse. It is this, our guardian angel, our angels, our spirit guides, our loved ones on the other side, our ancestors, our leprechauns, fairies, whatever you believe your beings of higher power are. They're around you and they're, assisting you. The Nine of Pentacles, this is spirit with you in the garden, in the physical world. And so, though you might feel like you're maybe pulled back, maybe a little bit of ostracized or in solitary confinement at times. Spirit is always with you, and they're letting you know here that the times that you feel alone, the times that you're away from humans, they are with you always. They're never not with you. They don't have to take turns, especially loved ones we've known that gone to the other side. They don't have to take turns jumping around to all the loved ones. They can be everywhere all at the same time. There can be, clones of them that are there in a way, and they can experience and interact with every single person. So I like that for you, and it's just reaching out to them. They're there talking to you over and over and over again, and they like those interactions. So I just feel like it's a time of you pulling back and having that time with them. All right, so that's what they have for you right now, Grace 1111. So many blessings to you. So I'm just going to take a quick sip here. Excuse me. All right, Andrea 54 Hector. So, what is Carlos's current energy about your relationship? You're in contact, but you live in different states, and he wants you to move back to Chicago. I don't know if he's for sure about you moving back. Oh, okay. Let's take a look here. All right. So what do they want you to know here? Okay. Well, so you got the 4 and the 5 of cups coming in. So there's emotional stability about some things, and the 5 of cups is like this transformation of emotion, transformation of things that are happening here. And the 4 of cups, as soon as you see it, you realize that, these are the relationships that we've had before that are in the outside world that fall short, right? And the 4th cup is offered from up above. It's the chalice, the holy grail. If we're still looking for people in the outside world to make us feel full and complete, we're going to experience the three spilt cups of the Five of Cups, which is disappointment, these feelings of what heartbreak might feel like, and aloneness, and all that. Wow, very bright. But this Four of Cups is this is the chalice, the Holy Grail, where we connect higher to the higher realms and allow it to fill us up and overflow out to us. We can't, no one in the outside world can make us happy. What? I know, it was news to me too. But we're searching for something outside of us that isn't seldom out there. We're looking for the unconditional love of the heavenly realms from where we come. That's what our soul is hungry for. All we get in the outside world is conditional, temporary, unsatisfactory, love and emotions and energies. And so when we realize, oh, I can turn inward and upward and be filled up and then overflow, then when someone gives me something that's above and beyond extra, it changes the whole contentment of love, because we find what we're looking for inside our own heart. And then rather than what people give us on the outside world falls short, um, you know, it doesn't matter because we're not comparing it and needing it to be that. We're just needing it to be what it is because we're already complete on the inside, if that makes sense. So there's this feeling of abundance that comes with this. Regarding Carlos, that's what I feel is like they think, well, that'll make me happy, if you move back, but it won't because you can't make them happy. They need to find that inside of them first. Um, and I feel like he thinks he wants you back. He feels he wants all this, but just be prepared that it's not going to be what you guys both think it will be emotionally. It's not going to fill you up like I don't know. It just won't fill you up like you're connecting to the higher realms does, right? So, I feel like before you move, go visit, you know, do a little reconnaissance tour and go visit and see how you feel. They're bringing back to me because it's actually before I had lived in, before I moved away, I come back to Colorado Springs, but before I lived in Northern Idaho and Southern Utah and moved back here, um, I was going to possibly move to Chicago with my fifth relationship. And I flew out with them then when they went to go to try to get into a master's degree in a school, and they had to go for these interviews and stuff. And while they were doing that, I was sitting in the apartment of their friend alone, going, this is what it would be like because they're going to be going to school and working, and they also want to do acting. I go, I won't see them. I'll just be existing here. And I went to feel the energy, and I didn't feel the energy drawing me there. It felt empty, even though it was freaking cold there because we were in February in Chicago, and you could just feel the cold. It was, sleeting. It was just like, I loved it, but I didn't feel the energy for to move there. And so then I didn't, and they were like, "Well, I hope you're not upset if I'm still going." And I said, "Well, I hope you're not upset that I don't want to go." And they're like, "Oh no, we got to live our lives." And so it was like one of the only relationships that ended in a very mature way. The last relationship I was in. So it's like, huh, I learned, and then I don't want any anymore, at least for now. But so that's what's coming in, Andre 54 Hector. All that for a reason. So go visit, see how you feel, what's energy's there, and then just sit with it, and then don't make a decision while you're there. Say, think I got a lot to think about. I'm gonna head back home, and then I'll let you know, and then just think about everything. All right. So many blessings. All right, and Sen, hello, hello. Any warnings for this Mercury retrograde? Well, be sure to check out the pick a card that I have around the. It's around eclipses, but you want to know about the Mercury retrograde. And then a couple of days ago, I also put out a retrograde video that talks about retrogrades in general, and then also the astrological energy around Mercury retrograde, and then we're in the pre-shadow of Saturn, and so there's a video that talks about those, and check those out to see how you can make the most of those energies. Well, let's take a look here for specifically for you. What does Spirit wants you to know here? Well, right. All right. Take cover. That's funny. But not necessarily, but the Hermit card and the Nine of Cups. There's a great amount of emotional satisfaction that you can receive from this Mercury retrograde if you step away and really use this retrograde for this internal reflection. In the video we talk about how Mercury normally, when it's direct, it rules over communication to the outside world, right? Travel and mobility in the outside world, but all that retrograde goes and it sends it all back to look inside of us. So look at your self-talk, look at your inner communication, look at the inner journey, the inner movements that are going on inside of you. And so this is this reflection back. And it's not essentially a warning as it is a recommendation that you can make the most of this energy of this retrograde by really doing some inner reflection on thoughts and beliefs about yourself, primarily as well. But be sure to check out that video, see what else resonates there for you. Because I feel like there are going to be some things about bringing some things back from the past to review and, bring new life to, things that have already existed. It's very supportive, but I go into a lot of detail in that video. If you go to my main page, it'll be one of the last few videos that came out. Well, I think if the lives are there, then it's going to be. It came out Thursday morning, in my time zone, Mountain Time. So if that helps. All right. So that's what they have. So many, many blessings to you. And then Mega, you are up. So Mega, Megha, you want to know current feelings of Pavan towards you. You're not in contact. Pavan. Why are you being so stupid? All right, let's take a look here. Well, they feel very balanced here. They're really focused on trying to find their security in the outside world. The Two of Pentacles shows them that they're just kind of balancing some things out that's going on in their life here. It just feels like the inner emotions are numb or muted or paused while they're focusing on getting this stability in the outside world and try to balance whatever's going on in the outside world. So, whatever feelings you're hoping to feel from them or wondering if they are, I feel like they're just all like super focused on go, 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 get this done, get this done. I need all this structure. I need, it's like I'm moving and I can get a new job, and like everything is in an upheaval. They're trying to get some balance and some structure in their outside world before they'll allow themselves to feel. It's just like in a moment of urgency, everything else is on hold, and so it's like emotions are frozen in time while they're doing all this other stuff, if that makes sense. So there is motion that are down there. They're just kind of frozen in place until they can get their act together in the outside world, to the extent that they feel comfortable, and then they'll start looking into how they're feeling emotionally. But as of right now, it's just kind of frozen, right? So that's what's coming in, Mega. At least like, oh, that explains that blue expression on their face. Because they're so cold, their lips are turning blue. All right. So hang in there, my dear. Many blessings. And then New Dawn, Pink Rays. Hello, hello. So you want to, how can you manifest your future spouse in your life? All right. Let's take a look here and see what Spirit wants you to know. All right. Yeah. So let's see if I can do this. There we go. So you've got the Seven of Cups coming in here, and you've got the Six of Wands. The Seven of Cups is when we focus on our wants, like emotionally, this is what I want, what I want, what I want, that seems confusing with the giraffe with the clouds around their head. But when we focus in on something, like I feel like I'm missing, you know, a spouse. I want a spouse. I want one badly. All the and our energy is telling the universe is I enjoy wanting so much. Not having, I enjoy wanting. I like that feeling of wanting. So whatever you do, don't bring me something. And the 6 of Wands is about the balancing of the energy and the focus of the energy and, definitely this flow, changing the flow, balancing the flow, because whatever you focus on the most is what grows and expands. So if instead you focus on gratitude for the perfect, spouse that you're bringing to me in the perfect timing, in the perfect way, and you don't try to control it, you release all that, you work on you, because the more you raise your love vibration, the faster you guys are drawn into one another. But if you're lower vibration, wanting, 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 fear, 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 it slows the whole process down. Sorry if I had my microphone there. And so there's this, let's go, let's, raise your love vibration, get rid of thoughts and beliefs that don't serve you, emotions, where you focus in your energy, gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. Even what physical actions I'm taking, I'm sorting, I'm clearing, I'm decluttering, I'm decluttering my mind, my emotions, my energy, my outside world to prepare a space for them to come. And you have this, gratitude and this seeing it in your mind's eye that you're meeting them and then you're married and you just have all this gratitude around the process there. And that's what helps draw them in. That's what helps manifest. If we focus too much on wanting, missing, what we fear will come in or not come into our lives. What we hate, we draw that in. That lower vibration takes us down, and it takes a long time for things to speed up and for us to meet them because it's like anchors holding back a car, and takes a lot of burning rubber and, as it drags this huge anchors behind it. Whereas if we are able to remove the anchors, we can move very much more fast, if that makes sense. Right, so hopefully that helps, Nudon Pink Rays, and many blessings to you. So I'm just gonna take another sip here. All right, Kritika Sayani, hello, hello. So what is coming in your career life, and will you be financially independent this year? Let's take a look here. So one for career and one for will you be financially independent this year? So what's coming in your career here, you got the Hierophant, which is clarity. They're drawing you upward to see the capital T truth of what you're really, really, really wanting to do. Might even involve going back to school, getting some sort of certification and study, but it really is that you're determining what is your dream come true. What is this that you're wanting to do, right? I feel like you're really getting into your heart's desire and not just existing, but you're really trying to, decide what this, what it is that I want to do that shares my love and my heart with the world, that makes it sing, that makes it feel full, right? Will you be financially independent this year? Well, you have this full card, two major arcana. You had the Hierophant, now you have the full. This is about possibilities. It follows the last card in the major arcana, which is the world card, and it starts off as the full card. So there is this journey, this adventure that you're able to move forward on. But this all depends. Like, will you? There's possibilities that you can be financially independent this year, but this full card is it takes you so much of letting all these expectations go, letting all the stuff in go that's dragging you down and making you feel small because there is this opportunity to really step into your passion, and then when you're living what you love, it opens the flow. But if we're wanting, 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 like if we were just talking about a moment ago about the future spouse, kind of thing, when we're looking at financial independence, if I'm all like, I want to be independent, I want to be financially independent, Our energy is saying, I like to want to be financially independent, not be financially independent, because the wanting energy is different than having gratitude for seeing that I am right now financially independent, and I'm grateful for my financial independence. Then you see for the future the new financial independence, and because like these beliefs that I'm not financially independent is what grows because we're focusing on them. But if I realize, you know what, I am financially independent, um, even if that means I'm independently making $1 a day, you know, it's like, but no, I want to be independent from everyone else. Well, independence is an internal emotion, it's an internal choice, not an external reality. People can be in prison and feel more free than people that are out of prison and feeling that they're have nowhere to go in a job or something, right? I mean, it's all the prison happens in here, independence happens in here, not out here, right? So I feel like that's important for you to think about and look at with that. So hopefully that helps, Kritika. Many blessings to you. And then Anjou 777, you want to know what Pisces finds good in you. All right, let's take a look here. Current energy for Pisces. What do they feel uh, is good in you here? All right. Yeah, you got both the Spirit of Pentacles, which is the King of Pentacles, and the Page of Pentacles with the Innocence of Pentacles. So both of these cards are about abundance in the outside world, and there's could be this confidence a little bit here too, and how you see your worth in relationship to the outside world, and that you're constantly transforming with this. And I think they like that. I just find that they're like you um and you know your stuff, you know the outside world. I feel like you navigate well in the social world and the physical external world with these cards too, and I feel like that's what they like. They like that you get it, you understand how the world works, and you don't get offended easily when things are done going the way. There's no other way for that to happen, so that makes sense. I just feel like you're very grounded with this energy too. Are you an earth sign? Are you a Taurus? But there's this definitely this groundedness that they see there, and Pisces loves that. They're very watery, they feel very fluid. Sometimes they feel like they don't have somewhere to be and exist, but the land creates it to form a lake, and it holds the lake where it doesn't have to continue to drain in all these directions. It gives it a place, and I love that. I never had that before. So someone, they see that as you're someone that gives them space to be themselves, to be water, right? So I like that. All right, so that's what they have for you there. So many blessings to you. And then Happy Pill, and let me double check here one quick thing here before I go on here. Was it Mega? That was Magana. But Happy Pill, you were one of the winners of the free monthly Zen Cricket membership. So be sure to check out the beginning of the morning's video to find out what all that comes with. So you have that for a month. So congratulations. And you wanted to know, angels, what would they tell you is the most likely outcome of the exam in May if you give it? It's within your capability or not. All right, so based on current energies, like how much you're studying, what you're doing, your knowledge, your ability to learn, your ability to test, what is that? And of course, anything else that they want you to know here. Yeah, you definitely have yeah. You definitely have the ability here with the strength card, this Leo energy. You definitely have the capability to pass the test. The Heart of Cups here, the Queen of Cups says, but you need to keep your emotions in check. Um, because if you freak out when you go take the test, you go into fight or flight mode and you're out of your brain and a little 2-year-old is in its place just in survival mode. All that studying you did, all that stuff that's up here, you have no access to till you calm back down. So learning to like face your fears and breathing exercises of in through the nose and hold it for, several seconds and then releasing out through your nose. It just allows you to bring into this calmness, into this place of where you can reconnect back to your brain. And if you feel anxiety rising, you take a deep breath and you calm down. So you definitely have great possibilities to pass it, but you just need to make sure that you're calm through it all. Otherwise, you're going to be like, stage fright. I can't remember anything. That's because you're in fight or flight mode and your brain went, nope, can't think now. Closed for business, closed, gone fishing, right? So, so hopefully that helps. Happy pill. That's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. And then Alice. So I want to know, how do your managers, John and Greg, think about you? I actually did answer that in this morning's, not this morning's, but last night's session, or whenever you asked it. I went back on into the special session like this one afterwards and answered that. So if you want to check that out, then you can get the answers for that one there, right? So that's what they have for you. And then, Julie, what blessings your upcoming life has for you within 2 months reading? So, what blessings within the 2 months? All right, let's take a look here. What blessings do they want you to know about here? Got that one and that one. Well, they kind of both kind of resonate together here because you got the Two of Pentacles, which is, balancing in the outside world, rest and relaxation that comes in with this. And the Hangman even is like being in a cocoon and hanging out, allowing things to unfold, allowing things, if you ever see those things loading where it's like taking forever to load, allow the stuff to load, allow things to process, allow you to have this rest and this relaxation that comes in here. And I feel like there is this blessing of it's you're given this opportunity where things do calm down, kind of self-balance themselves, but take advantage of the downtime that comes in between projects, in between busy schedules and everything. Just be, because I feel like this is an important blessing. You have some interesting things coming up later in the year. I hear that you want to be recharged for. So during these 2 months, I feel like it's not a ton of activity on purpose so that you can transform, so you can recharge, so that you can be in this space and be ready for what's coming after the 2 months here. So I feel like that's a blessing that you're given, being gifted downtime rather than forced R&R. You're given voluntary R&R. Forced R&R is when we get sick, break a bone, something like that, where we have to stay in bed and we're like, all right, I have no choice. I have to lay here. I have to rest. And that's what comes in. All right, Julie, that's what they have for you there. So many blessings to you. And then Butterfly A, how do people generally view you? All right, let's see. In general, and this is all the monkeys looking in the mirror are going to see the monkey, right? Let's take a look here. So let's see what they see here. Excuse me. Hiccup. So you got the Three of Pentacles, which is about being true to your authentic self. And so people generally view you as someone who, not crass, not rude, but you are true to your authentic self. You don't, you command respect. You don't demand it. You command respect. And, this is who I am. And I'm not going to try to be someone I'm not. And so there's this is the general viewpoint, is like, wow, you really, stand up for who you are, and you stand your ground with that. Ace of Cups too is self-love. And so a lot of people say, wow, you're confident. You have a lot of self-love and self-respect for yourself. And that does build into that Three of Pentacles too, that you are in this place of, you know, um, being being me. And it encourages people, because if you can feel comfortable being yourself, other people go, well, it's okay for me to do that too. So I like that, that type of energy coming in here. Yeah, that's what I want you to know right now. So many blessings to you, butterfly. All right, so that was the big beginning. Let me grab some of these smaller ones here, and we will get into these. So, Jeep, thank you for all of your donations earlier for your free reading. You wanted a general for next week, so let's take a look here. And I still have about what 5, 10, 15 or so to go. So hang in there, everybody. Let's take a look. All right. So general for next week. Yeah. So next week is a big week of understanding relationships. You've got the Innocence of Swords, the Page of Swords, which allows you to connect from a higher place, see these relationships for what they are, and even um, you know, cut away these fears that are related to relationships. A lot of the supposed tos, the shoulds, the need tos, the have tos, the musts, all those rules we have in our head around what other people are supposed to do, what I'm supposed to do, how everything is supposed to work. And that's not just, I don't feel like it's romantic yet. That I still feel like that happens when you move. Sorry, I'm getting all spitty. Um, and yeah, I'm like getting rabies. Look out. I'm becoming a rampant animal. You know, I feel like you do get relationships after you move out of country to this new place. But this is about friendships. This is about family and understanding, taking a step back and seeing things from a different perspective. Try not to get defensive with anyone's actions, no matter what anyone does, and just go, "Okay, that's interesting. Why do they look at it that way?" Instead of going, "Oh, they mean this about me." It's like, why are they acting out of anger? Why are they experiencing that? Realizing, I love this for next week if you can go into it going, "Everyone's actions have nothing to do with me. They're just, doing what they're doing." Sorry, let me move back in my chair here. It's getting all squeaky. There we go. I know I'm a mess right now, and I I mean, that's what it's all about. That's, the foaming of the mouth and the chair squeaking. I have all these, "I'm not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to do that. That's not supposed to be." It's like, what are we fearing, right? It's like just be and observe next week and just see that other people are acting and being the way they are because of these beliefs they have, these fears that are triggering. If it's not of unconditional love, then there's fear attached to it. And you can kind of go, I wonder what they're fearing. And you can see the whole change of how you interact with people. It just evolves and does take a different twist to it. So hopefully that makes sense. That's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. All right. And then musical beer. You want to know, will you end up going on a business trip next week or will it be canceled? Mercury retrograde. Whoa. Let's take a look here. Well, feels like the trip is on here with the Sun card and the Six of Swords, which represents movement. You might just have some change of like delays and change of gates and different things with the Mercury retrograde, but that Six of Swords is like there still is movement. I just feel like there's some clarity that comes with the movement or the flight and all that. But the Sun card is a vibrant, beautiful, successful, positive card, so it feels like it's still on. Unless you don't want to go on this business trip, then the Sun card is, yay, it gets canceled, right? So whatever you are wanting, the Sun card is saying that, you know, whatever you're desiring it, you feel like, yay, the sun has come out. So if you want to go on this business trip, then it should be all systems go. Just look for some delays and flight reschedules and fun stuff like that happened during the Mercury retrograde. Just be patient with it, knowing everything's happening on purpose, and just hold your peace. celebrate, okay, I'd rather be delayed than be on the news in a plane crash, right? So it's like, okay, let's allow this delay. It's happening for me. So I like it. All right. So that's what they have there for you. So many blessings to you. And then Hot Sun, hello, hello. So we want to know, what are Matty's thoughts and feelings towards you and the bottom of the deck. He's a friend who isn't talking to you much anymore, and you don't get what happened. Oh, let's take a look here. All right. So, all right. Well, we've got the Innocence of Wands and the Spirit of Cups, balancing of head and heart, and then this new passion here too. And the Spirit of Cups is like the compatible individual, bottom of the deck, full card. They're on a new adventure. I feel like they met someone that they're really serious about, and, I just feel like their emotions and this spark, this passion and emotion and thinking, and I just feel like they've met someone very compatible where I feel like they are the way I used to be, where I would give up all my friends and everyone else when I met someone. It was like they became my world. I feel like that's what's happening with them. They found someone who they've made their world, and so everyone else just kind of gets booted out and on pause. And so I don't feel like it's anything specific that you did. I feel like you know, they're busy being in love, like that sickening love where you see people and you're like, oh, you know, can you please not do that in here? Quit looking at each other's eyes and touching each other's hands. Smack, it's not Valentine's Day. I know I sound like a a bitter old crotchety old man. No, no. I'm just saying that that's the kind of uh, love that they have, and they're kind of lost in that. So that's what's coming in, Hot Sun. Many blessings to you. And then Yee, it's FMF and then Muniz. So I'm not sure how to say that. My apologies. And you said, can you get a reading? And I'm assuming you want a general reading. So we will give you a general reading, see what Spirit wants you to know right now. So what does Spirit want you to know right now? Right now. All right. Well, we got two major arcana coming in here. I like this balancing energy, though, with the Queen of Swords. She balances between the head and the heart. And you've got the Strength card, you've got the Death and Rebirth card. Whoops, coming in here. It's reversed on the screen. So you've got this, major arcana is significance here, but, you're seeing things from this higher perspective. And I feel like you're really going through like this rebirth in your life where it's significant because the Death card, Major Arcana, and the Strength card, Major Arcana, that's when major things happen, significant things happen. The lower suits are, there's stuff, but it's not like life-changing. This feels like life-changing where, whatever is coming in here, whatever is being moved out of your life is, of course, being moved out of your life for you, and it's allowing you this restructuring, this recalibrating, new fresh starts too. But that Queen, of Swords, she balances the head and the heart. So I don't feel like it's, and the Strength card, you just both of the combined together. Whatever happens, even though it's significant, you handle it like a champ, and you're not freaked out about it. In fact, I feel like you're kind of excited about it, even though they're like, well, and it's not even like I'm sorry that it had to happen this way. You're like, "Well, I didn't see that it could happen that way, but hey, I'll take it. Let's go." And so I just feel like whatever this changes that's coming in is very positive, and you can trust that it's happening on purpose, for a purpose, and this rebirth that you're going through, so delicious. So I'm excited for you. So hang in there. Just realize when it's happening, just kind of check in with your energies and go, I am powerful. I am strong. Boom, boom, boom. Right. All right. So that's what they have for you, Yi. And hopefully we'll see you again soon. All right. Kritika Mahotra. Hello, hello. You're still in Goa. You had to give a group presentation after coming back. but your teacher denied that you informed her. Should I give it alone? Or say, should I give it alone after coming back or just leave it? Everyone else has given the presentation. Your group presented without you. Those bastards. Let's take a look here. Do you have emails? Do you have proof? Is it hearsay? Let's take a look here. Oh, that's too funny. Yeah, you've got 2 eights and the justice card. So you have the justice card. You have school. It's funny. You've got school. Oops. So here's the school card with the 8 of pentacles. You did the work, you put everything in for it here. And the justice card coming in here, is about finding justice in this case. And the 8 of swords is realizing with communication, what of my own thoughts, beliefs, and mindsets keep me blinded and bound and restricted, and what fears do I have? The eights are flowy numbers. So I feel like, um, it's best. So if you're still in, out of country or away from where you normally are at, um, I feel like when you get back, definitely pursue it with them and just say, Um, I mean, did you tell your group that you were not gonna be there and that we needed to do it when you came back? And, if you have any proof, make sure you have that all available and just say, here's the text I sent, or here's the email I sent, or, you know, confirm with your group, say, you were there, right? And it's like they were there, can I do some sort of makeup or something, and I'm sorry for the misunderstanding. Is there a I don't plan on going on vacation, anytime soon again, but if I do, what's the process? Because I thought I handled it correctly, and I really, you have to say all those things that you need to say, that you do honor the class and you took it and you want to be able to, do and achieve this stuff. Um, so, what can you do for that? And if they're like, "No, there's nothing you can do," are you past your dropout date? Where you can drop and retake it again later or something? Is it too much? Is it that much of you need to make the decision, right? Is it that much of your score that it's gonna impact you and have you fail the class, or is it something that you can do makeup work? I just feel like conversation, a real heart-to-heart, real conversation, not defensive, not attacking. Just, "Hey, can I talk to you, and can we talk through this?" In a gentle way. Will go a long way, alright? So that's what they have for you, so many blessings. And then great courts. Is there a reason why I have been having visions about this masculine energy? Sometimes feel it's a man, but I'm not sure. Alright, let's take a look here. Always a reason, right? Okay. These two, what is this about here? All right. You've got this conflicting energy going on here. With the Five of Swords, it's conflicting thoughts, between head and heart. And the Ten of Cups, there's this, joy, celebration, dreams come true type of energy that comes with the Ten of Cups, but it's about us filling up and overflowing. So it feels like here, the visions of this masculine energy, I feel like it's I almost feel like it's someone who has gone, and I feel like this masculine energy is actually, I don't know if you feel like it's someone from the other side. That's what I'm feeling here. I was trying to connect to him. That's why I got staticky there for a minute. And I was like, I'm going up there to see, if they'll tell me who this is that's coming in here. But with the Ten of Cups, I'm seeing a big, huge smile. So I do feel like it's like there's this masculine energy of someone who was always jovial and had a great smile, a great laugh too. And but I feel like that was to everyone else, but they also had a great internal conflict. So they had some um, mental trouble. Um, and I almost feel like I don't know if it's someone that had ended their life or if they had something that happened with their brain, but I just feel like they were very conflicted in their head, and that could be something like Alzheimer's or, something like that too. But I just feel like this is them. They're on the other side and they're joyful. They're full of life and they're wanting to come through with this energy. And I feel like they're learning to step into their power again. And so you might feel like, well, that was a weird energy. And they're like, oops, sorry, because they're learning to share it again and they're trying to let you know that they're there. And I don't know if you've had any dreams of any, of your, if it's a grandpa or I kind of almost feel like it's grandfather, like on your father's side. I don't know if that resonates, but it just feels like very masculine, masculine, the patriarchy on the patriarchy side. And um, I feel like they're just trying to let them, let you know they're there. And if you've dreamt about them, that of course would be like, okay, that was them. But I just feel like they're just visiting, and I don't know if they how long ago they passed, but I just feel like they're it might have been just a little while, but I just feel like they're getting their sea legs. So I don't know if they were in the Navy because they're using references to that about being on a ship, kind of thing. Or maybe they were a pirate in a past life. I don't know. but they're but if any of that resonates, I just feel like that's the kind of energy that's coming in there for you. And they just want to let you know that you're not alone, that they're there, that they're so happy and so full of life in themselves. They're just getting their sea legs under them. They'll get more clearer and clearer, and they'll be able to communicate with you more. So hopefully that resonates there for you. But I definitely agree it's a masculine energy that you're picking up. All right. So there you go. Great quartz. Many blessings to you. And then Minahil, you are up. So Minahil, you want to know how will your future spouse be financially? All right, let's take a look here. Don't start spending the money yet. Too funny. It's your future spouse's higher self. Um, you know, I feel like they're okay. I don't feel like they're like woo woo woo, way, way, filthy rich or anything like that, because I feel like with this 5 of Cups and with the King of Cups here, they really balance the heart and the mind, and I feel like they focus more in on the emotions and, uh, you know, enjoying the feeling of love and, I feel like they grew up in a house where they were so focused on money and wealth and security that they felt very alone, and they vowed to themselves that they wouldn't allow money to be their primary, but that showing love is. So, you know, emotional finances, wow, they are millionaires because they are so about emotion. Which doesn't mean that we're like, we're going to starve together, anything like that. It's just like that's not their big thing of having so much. They go, why be full, have a house full on the outside when you feel empty on the inside? I'd much rather have an empty house on the outside and be full on the inside. And not that their house is empty, but that's the priority that's coming in with them. You're like, How did you end up with them?" I'm just kidding. I feel like in the long run, you're like, "Okay, I like that." Alright, so many blessings, many heal. And then we've got Magana. Yes, Magana, you did win another free membership. I'm so happy for you. Congratulations. And wanna know, how will you know you've met the guy that you'll be dating? Any physical traits or any situations, any signs? Any hints? What will they give you here? All right. You will know them because there's going to be so much energy that's here. You got the movement, the king, not the king, the knight of wands, so much fast moving energy. The eight of wands, fast moving energy. So there's like this spark that happens between you. And a lot of it has to do, I feel like, with some deep connections, even below the surface, possibly past life connections that are just like sparking. And you're just like, whoa, what was that? You just feel this energy, this draw between the two of you. It is someone brand new with the Ace of Swords, so you don't know them yet. And when you meet them, it's funny, this black swan is standing out to me. They got a knife. It's like a bad boy energy, but it is someone that's not your norm. And but you're so it's just like you have this draw to them. You're like, I normally wouldn't be drawn to someone like this, but holy cow, and they feel the same way. They're just like there's this draw that draws you from across the room to each other. So, it very much is this energy connection between the two of you that you're like, wow. And they're like a black sheep of their family. So, they're not the norm that they go along with their family. And so you're like, all right. You're a rebel. I like that. Not in a bad way. They're like not doing what everyone else in their family does, and it's in a positive way that they're standing up and being true to themselves. So I like that. So that's what they have for you. Little tidbit right now, Magana. So many blessings to you. And then Danny baby, how does R the Aries feel about you? Let's take a look here. All right. We got three major arcana. So, on one hand, they're very attracted with magician card energy. There is this draw, this, passion, energetic, and physical attraction that comes in with you there. Also, the justice card here, they've got this balancing of things coming in here with this. They're, you know, had original thoughts about you that were just kind of stereotypical thoughts and they put you in a box. But this justice card is like, huh, so much more to you than I thought. And I know at first I've had someone say that to me before too. I go, what does that mean? You think I was dense or whatever? And then at the time I was really, really nicely working out and everything out. This is my earlier days, like 20 years ago. And they were like, no, you were very fit. I thought, well, you can't have it all. I'm like, oh, that's a good one. That's funny. And then they have the Wheel of Fortune. So they do feel like this kind of faded, ness, this with that, where, they just feel like you're, um, that their human side feels like, okay, this meeting with you, this, being and having you come across my path is for my higher purpose, and they're humans on board with that. So seems like very positive. Three major arcana. I feel like there's some real energy that's coming in, and we are in the Aries season, and we have a new moon in Aries. So there's a lot, with the solar eclipse in it too. So they are kind of like in this hyper exaggerated mode. So everything feels so much more outblown. It's almost like they're high. They're just like, wow, you're awesome. That's the kind of energy I feel coming in. So they do have all these feelings about you right now. Where the energy goes, I don't know yet. I feel like they're still in this, um, exaggerated high state that they don't know what's going on. So, I feel like they have to kinda shake things out and allow things to unfold to really see what they wanna do with it all. So, hopefully that helps a little bit. Right, Danny baby? That's what they have for you. And then Patsy A, you are up next. So, what are exciting things coming towards you? Let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know? All right. All right, well, two major arcana. So, significance here. You've got the Strength card coming in and the Magician card. You'll see infinity symbol, your higher self interacting with your human self, your higher self acting as a conduit, bringing down love energy from above through you into the world. And this is about you expressing, your passion here. And I feel like what's exciting coming towards here is if you haven't really identified what it is like your dream come true is, or life purpose, or your dharma, or whatever it may be, this combination is that you're being drawn to see life from a different perspective, and be able to see how you uniquely want to share this unconditional love and powerful energy with the world in your own special unique way. And I just feel like there's a ton of clarity coming in, and this allows like this spark. You've been wanting to get going, you've been wanting to do something, and you don't know what, and you're just like you're anxious, more like ambitious, rambunctious, that's the word, rambunctious. You'd have all this, like, "Gotta do something with all this energy," and you didn't know what you wanted to do, you didn't wanna waste it, and now you're like, "This is it. This is exactly what I wanna focus on and where I wanna go." You just invest all this energy and all your resources and all your time into this dream, and there's a lot of movement that happens with it too, and you have the oomph and the knowledge and the wisdom and everything that comes through with that. So I like that for you, Patsy. It feels very, much like a exciting thing coming your way. All right, so many blessings to you. All right, let's take a look here. We're getting towards the end here. Let's see, I've got, oop, I still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So I got 7 more to go. So hang in there, everyone. I should be able to get these done, and then I'll be back on in about an hour and 15 minutes too for this evening session. All right, God's daughter, you're up. So if your mom knew that you're doing tarot behind her back, what will her reaction be? Witch! Burn the witch! Burn the witch! I'm just kidding. It's like a coming out. I know. My family is very um, Christian, and I even remember um, my dad bringing home a salesman of his who for dinner, and then he did tarot for my dad afterwards, and my mom would not let us sit at the table. My mom was the one that was, really into the religion, organized religion, and my dad wasn't quite there yet. And I was so drawn to it, though. She had to yell at me because I kept on getting drawn over to look and see it. I was so intrigued. I wanted to experience it, but my mom, "No, get away from there." So when I eventually, and this was when I was like 29, um, well, more like 32, I think, is when I stepped outside of organized religion and got into spirituality in a different way without being in a box. And I just told them I can feel things and this is what happens. And, you know, um, it's how you let them know. And you go, it's like a tool, but it's like a knife. You can use a knife to kill someone, to threaten someone, to injure someone, um, destroy things, or you can use it to cut bread for the homeless. You can use it to set people free from their bounds. You can, all the other positive things you can do with a knife, right? Protect yourself. And so it's not the knife that's the problem. It's the person that's using it and the intention, what they use it for. I use it all love and light, and I don't connect to anything dark. It's always of creator, of higher spirit. And so when I explain it, they were like, okay. And they even let me do card readings on them. So I feel like it's how you tell her. And I feel like if you tell her, you know, um, you tell her before she finds out on her own, that's what's good. Got the Lover's card on the bottom, which is about emotional choice. You can't choose you know, how she'll react. You can just make it easier or harder. If you tell her with love and not out of fear, because if you do it out of fear, it's going to be easier for her to revert into fear and to attack. Excuse me, if you do out of love and saying, "Hey, I wanted you to know this," because I didn't want you to like find out, and I just this is what I do and da 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 da. And if she's like, if she freaks out, that's up to her. She could also choose just to go, I love you no matter what. Yeah, look at mother love energy, Earth Mother coming out too. So be compassionate, self loving, approach it that way. And it does feel like, you know, um, it all depends on your energy, how you present it, how it's received. And I like that. If you go about it defensive going in, okay, she's gonna attack me. So I'm gonna go in, hey, I'm doing this, blah, blah, blah. Then they will attack because they're defending, right? But if you go in saying, hey mom, can I ask you your opinion? And maybe even ask, say, tarot, we've heard all this, but this is my perspective on it. What's your perspective on it? You don't even have to tell her you're doing it. Just you can ease into it, right? And but it does feel like a coming out. I know when I did it, I was like, all right, here comes the chance of getting, ostracized. But if that's the case, that's who I am and what I do. So, you know, oh well. All right. So hopefully that helps a little bit, God's daughter, and many blessings to you. All right, and then Daisy, congratulations! You won a gift membership. I think you won last month too. So I've had some repeaters that came through. So congratulations once again. I'm doing well, and you want to know how will your internship for next semester go regarding displaying your artwork? And then you got the internship I told you about. Yeah, I think we knew that you were right. And then basically it combines therapy and creative arts. Ah, I love that for you. Yeah, that's exactly right? Because you're going for psychology. You love your artwork. It's the beautiful combo between the two. So, how will the internship go regarding displaying your artwork? All right. I like it because you got here the well, man. All right. I'll grab that in a sec. You got the Eight of Pentacles, which is school. You got the Two of Swords, which is, get out of your head and into your heart. And if you get out of the fears and you allow your, passion to flow and allow the, positive things to flow instead of being in fear, then you do have this creative energy that unfolds. Let me grab this card down here. Because you got the Earth Mother, which is the Empress, number 3. She's all about creativity. So, it is the birthing here, and gotta get all situated back now here. There we go. There is this birthing, creativity and abundance and harvest that comes from it. So it's a very positive card. Just that Two of Swords is get out of your head and into your heart around it. Get out of your fears around it because, as we talk about so much on this channel, it's our energies. Take a big deep breath and come back to the moment, and we're out of our fears, and then we can sit in this beautiful now, this moment, not attached to outcomes of the future or fears of the past or fears of the future. And that's how we connect with our creativity. That's how things flow because we connect to the spirit world, right? And when we're all noisy, 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 we can't move forward with that. So I like all that, and it's beautiful. I feel very positive possibilities. Just get out of our head and stay in our hearts, and can't lose. All right, so that's what they have for you, Daisy Daisy. So many blessings to you. All right, and oh, never mind, Shakira, you didn't put a question, so we will pass that. And then TPS, you wanted your free reading to be more guidance from your spirit team. Absolutely. All right. What else does spirit want you to know right here? Oh. Patience, grasshopper, patience. The Hanged Man, which is about transformation, but it is one of the cards of things take time to unfold and transform. Seven of Pentacles, last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. So more the little wait along the war. So, obviously, and I think that's one of the last things you said in the chat too, was, all right, I'll try to be patient. It's like, yep, that's the way to go. And whenever we get a card of patience and the slowness like that, it's always for us, right? It means that they're giving us the opportunity as things slow down to raise our love vibration within us, getting rid of the thoughts and beliefs and the emotions, the energies, the physical things that don't serve us anymore, that are holding us down, the lower vibration, so that we can connect higher and understand and go faster, and then speed up with that. But we're given the opportunity, otherwise some of our low vibrational energy will draw in lower vibrational things, which will act as an anchor. It'll draw us into that and grow that then, because it demands our attention. We give it our attention, and then because we're giving it our attention, it grows, right? So they're trying to say, let's slow it down so the lower vibrational things take a long time to come in. So it gives you a chance to raise your low vibration. Then these things fall away, higher vibrational things come in faster for you. So I like it for you, but their overall message, do you trust us? Like, yeah, I do. Do you trust our timing? Well, that's suspect, you know? It's like, okay. It's like the old saying, if I'm gonna trust God's timing, if I'm gonna trust God, I guess I need to trust his timing too, right? It's like, same thing with spirit, If I'm gonna trust spirit, I also can trust their timing and know that it's always for us. They're on our side. They're on each of our sides, and everything unfolding is for us. So we're like, all right, you're saving me from getting in a car wreck. I will be delayed. Fine. All right. So that's what they have for you, HTTPS. So many blessings to you. Right. And then Bellini Martini. Hello, hello. So your question is, will you be able to pay for college in Rome? All right. After you rob that bank. I'm just kidding. Right. It feels that way sometimes. Yeah, I feel like you can here with you got the 4 of Cups, which is emotional stability, and you have the Justice card, which is the balancing out of things. I do feel like once with the Ace of Swords, you're gonna have to step outside of the norm, see things from a higher perspective, cut away some fears, some limiting thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, and then, I feel like you get new ideas dropped in on how you can make that happen, whether it's some sort of international school loans, grants, something or other comes in. Yeah, because even on the bottom of the deck that came in here, you got the star card, which is dreams come true. So, where there's a will, there's a way. And I feel like you just have to step outside of limitations, and think of, okay, there's other ways. Let me just ask some people and hey, how do we get, any kind of grants or da 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 or da da da? And there might be something, especially if you look in I'm feeling like they're saying, if you look in your field that you're in, that there's some special grants out there from like companies that represent that or do that or have a special interest. And there's some special grants out there that can help you too. So I like that. So check into that. But I feel it's very positive for you, Bellini. So many blessings to you. Right. And then infinity is one. You want to know, does L think he's too good for you? Well, let's take a look here. All right. I don't feel like they do here. I feel like they're going through some emotional kind of purging. With the Eight of Cups, they're leaving behind some emotions and relationships that don't serve them anymore. And this Innocence of Cups is like this higher love, and this is like what they're looking for. And they're realizing a lot of this old emotions that were below the surface in these relationships, could be friendships, family, whatever. And we're investing a lot of that energy, and they're really stepping into their self love with that Innocence of Cups. So they're putting some boundaries around relationships and different things. And while they're going through kind of this in this way, this heart surgery inside, they're also, kind of limiting heart expression. And that might be coming across as like, I'm too good for you and whatever. I feel like they're just being unemotional right now. So their brain is kind of has the microphone and is saying all the stuff. And you're like, yeah, it sounds like ego to me. It is their ego. But they don't believe that. People who say stuff like I'm better than you, which they never would outright say that, but when we express things like that, that's our inner child not believing it, trying to make everyone else believe it, right? And and so it's like confident people don't have to talk about confidence, you know. Worthy people don't have to talk about worthiness. They just know it. And so it's different, if that makes sense. All right, Infinity. So hopefully that helps. That's what they have for you right now. And then Angelique, I did get your comment, so I'll throw that in here. You wanted a general reading. And you'll be the last one for this session. I will be back on in about an hour. So I shall return. If I missed anyone, my deepest apologies. I shall return. Just you know, um, either comment on this video or come back on my tonight's session. I'll also be back tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. After I'm done, I will post a comment listing the order in which all the readings were completed, so you can find your readings more easily. All right, Angelique, let's see. What does Spirit want you to know right now? All right. What do we have here? So you definitely they gave you like 5 cards, and you got the 4 of Swords and the Sage, which is the Hierophant. One piece of this is about peace of mind comes about with your higher self calling you to see things from a different perspective, from a higher perspective. And that, there's some fears that are involved in whatever situations that you're going through, that's where the is coming from. But if you can take a big deep breath or 2 or 3 or 10 or 15, right? Step back, you can able see things from a different perspective. You can see that, where my fears are coming in. I feel like it has to do with timing because you've got the 7 of Pentacles and the Earth Mother, which is the Empress. The 7 of Pentacles is the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruits, about patience, about things take time to unfold. But the Earth Mother is about harvest and about things coming forward. And so I feel like that's what they're saying here is your fear is about timing, but knowing that it always comes in the perfect time and we can trust that, that sometimes lets us, step away from the fears. When we question, why do I feel it has to be done by this? Where's the urgency in this? Then, and what belief is behind that, then I can transform that because your final card is the Chariot, which is the power of choice card. It tells us that in every moment, I get to choose what story I put to what's going on. I get to choose what emotion I feel as I go through it. I get to choose the energy I'm focusing on, and I get to choose the physical choices I make. Sure, we get a lot of, don't know, I would say a lot of opinion growing up. When that happens, this is what it has to mean. Nope, it doesn't have to mean that. That's an opinion. Sure, it could mean that, but I don't want it to. I'm going to have it mean this, and I'm going to feel this way about it, and I'm going to take this energy toward it, and I'm going to take this physical action toward it. It helps us step away from the fears, realizing I'm the one that gets to choose all that for me and no one else. I also don't get to choose it for anyone else. So if someone wants to choose to be upset about something, that's your right. You have your power of choice. You go right ahead. If you want to be upset about it, be upset about it. But I'm going to enjoy this, right? Sometimes there's people that are just determined to have a bad time on a vacation, and you're like, you go with your bad self, and you can stay in the hotel room if you want and pout. I celebrate you. Enjoy that. I'm gonna go to the beach. Oh, I'm so excited, and I'm gonna go and swim in the water, and then I'm gonna have one of those drinks and the coconut, and then I'm gonna stop for some food on the way back. I'll text you on my way back to see if you want me to bring you back anything to eat. I'm gonna go have a blast, and this is where I'm gonna be if you wanna join me. Otherwise, enjoy the darkness. and off you go, right? Power of choice. I'm going to choose to have a blast on this vacation of life, not a little, right? Although maybe sometimes I might get upset, like, oh, someone took my towel. I'm so upset. And then I'll get over it, you know. So I like this type of energy coming in here for you. That's what they have for you, Angelique. So hopefully that helps. And many blessings to you. All right, everybody. That's it for this session. Like I said, I'll be back in about 50 minutes, 50 minutes. So thank you for all the thumbs up that you give the video. It does help spread the Zen love. I will post a comment here in a moment with all the names, the readings, so you can find your reading more easily. And just thank you for being you and for being here and for your patience and getting to the free readings. And I'm just so blessed and I'm very grateful. So until I see you guys again, remember every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things, our creator. And of course, I love you too. So until I see you again, enjoy the rest of your day or your night, wherever you're at in the world. And until I see you guys again, so much love to you. Hang in there, take care of yourself, and we'll see you soon.